Hi folks, Nathan from KBL Texas Homestead, and I want to welcome you back to the channel again today. Today I'm going to bring you along as we repair this mower deck here. It broke on us a couple weeks ago. I just ain't got around to doing it. This is for the zero turn Toro. Bring you down here. It is the timecutter SS4225 model. I believe it's a 42-inch deck. That is correct. So we're gonna be repairing this today. It completely broke. I've got a few parts I need to weld back on it. The bracket that engages the deck to lower and raise it to your height of grass you want cut. That bracket come loose, and then with that coming loose, another bracket for a pulley broke off the deck. And so if you had any type of mowers, decks, zero turns, tractors, anything with a deck, if you've ever owned anything like that and you've had it for years, you know that those decks are very thin made metal. They usually wear out. If something goes wrong, it's gonna go wrong right there. So you know, this is I guess a common problem if it's not kept in a garage or out of the weather, out of the elements. And even if it is kept out of the elements, if you don't keep that deck, which you can't see because it's underneath the mower, but if you don't keep it dried off, get the grass off of it, that tends to be where the grass holds moisture and ends up rotting that deck out, and you get pieces like that, especially right there where it's up and down, it's constantly working. It wears out and comes apart. So without further ado, let's get after it. All right, folks, this is from under the deck. If you ever need to remove your cutting deck, like I just had to do, you have these cotter pin right here that's locked in this bolt. You need to pull that out, pull the washer off, and then this little bracket here that raises your deck will move out the way. And then you've got a little hook design right here. It's open on the bottom. You simply lift the deck up, lift it up off of that, pull it out. You got one on both sides. Do that, and that's actually what broke on mine. You can see the weld here. I had to weld it back on because it just completely ripped off of the deck, of the cutting deck. So I re-welded it back on. Now it's got strong, so I can raise this deck up and down and mow to the size I need to. All right, I want to welcome you to the bottom of the mower. So this end right here is the very front of the mower, and it's got this little shindiggy right here that goes up and down as you lower your deck. In order to get this deck out, there's a pin right on the end of it right here. Got a little cotter pin. You pull that cotter pin out, and that disengages the deck from that piece, and then you're able to slide your deck out after you disconnect your belt. So I'll show you that real quick. All right, so here's the view looking from the front of your Toro. This is the pin here that goes up and down. There's your cotter pin down there that gets pulled, and the deck will slide out. So we walk over here to the deck. I'll show you. This is where it gets pinned. It goes through here, gets pinned, and this holds this part to raise up and down the deck. Now your belt goes towards the back of the tractor. So this is the pulley. You simply disengage your belt off of this, free it up, and your deck will just slide right out. All right, folks. It ain't the prettiest by no means. All right, folks. Now that I've got this upended, you can see these blades are been through hell. I'm gonna take them off. I got a 16mm socket and a crescent wrench for the back side. You're gonna grab the back side with a crescent wrench. With the 16mm, you're gonna put it on here. It might be real tight. It might be loose, just depending on your application, how many times you've done it. I did it not too long ago, so it's actually pretty loose. Go ahead and thread this bolt out. Let's take the old blade off. Got a new one here ready to go. Gonna slap that in and put this back together. Now, some of the problem I had was the clearance. See, it's real tight. You don't have much room. It's designed that way to get your biggest cut, right? So if you have any deck that's been beat, got bends in it, you want to address that now. Because if not, when you go to turn this on, it's going to start clanking. So make sure it free spins. Let's tighten everything back up. Let me do the next one and we'll see what's up. All right, we got both of these blades put back on here. Nice and tight. Deck is welded up. You can see the two weld repairs there. Again, this will be a temporarily permanent fix. It had some holes in it. Got as much weld on both sides of this as I could just to hold it in place. Eventually I'll have to buy a new deck. That's inevitable, but I just bought myself a year or two, so we'll wait till then. Hopefully by then maybe I'll just buy a new zero turn, who knows. But let's slap this deck back on and turn it on and make sure everything is working properly. All right, folks, let me get turned around here. There you go, a little better backdrop. It is Nathan from KBL Texas Homestead, and thank you for coming along on this Toro zero turn repair. I hope it'll help somebody out. If you like it, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be aware, available when the next video comes out. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.